Good evening. Welcome to Zilliloquies. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today is November 11, I believe. Let me see. Yes, November 11. Time is 9:39 in the evening. Today I would like to talk to you about working with Canadians. We just need to delve into what it feels like and my experience is working with Canadians in a Canadian workplace, understanding their culture, understanding them, and also trying to make conversation, trying to connect with others. Now, I've only been working since I graduated, and let me tell you, it is really difficult to be able to work, to build connections, and to be able to find a common ground with them based aside from talking about work or aside from talking about the job that we have. There's no way for me to move forward, to delve further into a relationship with people with different culture. So today I wanted to talk to you how we could solve that. And because I have difficulty creating connections with people, I consulted one of my professors in college, and she recommended me this book. It's called The Canadian Workplace Culture by Matt Adolf, and it talks about the unspoken rules of working in a Canadian workplace. So when you do go work abroad, there's a lot of disconnect with different cultures, and if you do want to build connections, if you do want to find ways to make friends, to be able to work more efficiently, happily with them, this book is for you. And I've applied some of these rules. I've applied the learnings that I had after reading this book, and it has done great things. It also helps me understand a lot of Canadian culture. So the first thing that I would like to share with you is how empathetic they are, how they really delve into the body language and words of another person. A lot of them are very indirect. I'm not saying all of them, because a lot of Canadians are different, but as a culture, as a country, they are very of conflict avoidant. They don't want to start fights, and that's why you don't hear a lot of people in Canada that honk at other cars, right? Not compared to perhaps like New York or any other country in the world. So I find that Canadians do not want to start fights, but they actually want to be agreeable with them. So that's like one of the first things that I wanted to talk to you about. That's being careful with your words and reading body language. So when I have conversations with them, for example, they say, "I like Doja Cat." And you as a person don't necessarily like to hear their songs, or you're not a complete fan of this artist, and so you say, "Oh, she's alright." Usually in a lot of countries they say like, "Oh, I don't listen to her, I don't like her songs, and I don't listen to artists like that." Is probably what a lot of or other people say along those lines. But Canadians, when they say when someone they talk to say like, "Oh, I don't listen to her much," their common response is, "Yeah, you're right. I don't listen to her songs as much as well. I just listen." They try to find ways to agree with you, or they try to find ways to avoid a debate, right? I'm not saying that that's how it is most of the time, but majority of the time when they make conversations with other people, that's their usual strategy. And if you do want to have good relations with them, I would say that you just have to start trying to be agreeable. The second thing is avoiding conflict. So there was a story in a book here where they asked their son what he wanted to be when he grows up. And he says he wanted to be a chef. But when he said in his presentation in school what he wanted to be when he grew up, he said he wanted to be a firefighter. Now, their parents who asked their child, why did he change his answer? I thought he wanted to be a chef. The son then replied, I do want to be a chef, but every boy in the class said they wanted to be a firefighter. So he tries to not stand out, right? A lot of Canadians, they don't want to express their opinions. They don't want to be able to stand out, is what I'm trying to say. Avoiding conflict is another thing that you should do if you're working in a Canadian workplace. So stuff stuff like these are immensely and immeasurably beneficial for you if you want to keep working with them. So avoiding conflict is one. And lastly, building strong rapport is also very important, because not only do you have to have strong rapport with your managers and your higher ups, you need to have a strong rapport with your colleagues, most especially, because in where I come from, if you want to be able to find promotion, you have to for some reason you have to kiss your boss's ass in order for you to get promoted. You have to suck up to them, is what I'm trying to say. But in the Canadian workplace, the best way for you to find your stepping stone or find a way to move up the ladder is to get opinions. Is to be able to get strong and good references from the people you work with. So if, for example, you are in an entry-level position and you want to become a manager or you want to step up the ladder, you need to have good, strong relations and connections with the people around you. From then, your manager is going to be talking to your other colleagues what they think about you. And if they have good opinions about you and they have a strong belief that you are capable of doing that position, that's how you're going to be able to get the attention of your supervisors or your managers. So those are the three things that I found really helped me in my career, and overall just having like really good relationships with people is to find a common ground, and is to find an agreeable place with Canadians. At the end of the day, we need to learn to adapt with other cultures and not enforce our own beliefs onto them. And in that way, that is how we are able to survive, and that is how we are able to work in a different area. Well, that's about it for tonight. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you soon in our next video. Okay, bye.